Hello, good morning, and welcome to this special edition of the Foss Up. I'm going to be doing the um, the scouting reports. So yeah, here we go then. So hopefully I can bring up all these transfers I've got for you. So here we go. Yeah, that's the best way to start. Doing myself a little intro. So let's get down to business then. Um, so I'm going to start off. So here it comes. Let's have a look. Oh, hang on a minute. Let me just get the right stream up. Sorry, let's see. So here we are. Oh, hang on. I haven't got that up. Shouldn't have come up like that. There you go. That's better. So there's my title: Wines Scouting Reports. The transfers that Leicester City should target. So I'm going to start off with the goalkeepers. So these are the goalkeepers I've got lined up that I think we should go and get. And the one to start off with is this man, Anchor's Gun. Currently at the moment, he's a free agent with after having been released by Norwich. He was currently on 25,000 a week there. I know people are thinking, why are you going for Angus Gunn and that kind of thing? But considering that we need a backup goalkeeper, knowing that Matt Summerson may be going, and we've lost, and we're gonna, and Danny Ward and Daniel Everson are leaving the club. We need goalkeepers, and I think this man Angus Gunn, I think will be a decent backup to Stolarczyk. I feel so. As you can see there, he brings security, maturity, and calmness. Not flashy, but highly dependable, especially for teams needing an old school keeper with leadership traits. A good value picker for size, seeking stability rather than high risk, high reward. So it looks quite a decent pick. He commands the box, has an aerial presence about him. When it comes to those shots, he's a decent shot stopper. He can demand a little bit of vocal leadership and experience, and he's mentally resilient. The downsides are that he's not the type of keeper that plays out from the back. His distribution under pressure is not the greatest, and his agility is very limited compared to elite modern keepers. So currently he's a free agent, and the salary I think we should put him on is somewhere around 18,000. So that's my first pick. The second pick I've got down is this man, Carl Walshworth. Let's see if I can get it onto full screen for you. If I can. Let's see if I can do that. Let's see. Don't think I can. It won't let me for some reason, but never mind. Anyways, yeah, it's filled up a lot, so I'm going to have to do the best I can. So Carl Washworth is a Brighton and is under contract there until 2027, and his value is currently around somewhere around £5 million. It's on somewhere around estimate £5 grand a week, and it could be gettable for not only for the price, but the salary you could put him on is somewhere around 5.5 to 7.5 grand a week. Because currently he's seeking to get first team football. He hasn't got any game time down at Brighton. Do I think we'll get him? Probably not, because Stolicek, I think, is good enough to be the first choice anyway. But still, he's a highly rated goalkeeper whose technical shot stopping, aerial command, and composure on the ball mark him out as one of the most promising young keepers in the Championship pipeline. Mentally resilient and physically reliable, and is ready for a step up to a stable Championship side as a number one or lower half Premier League team as a development number two. So his lack of top line minutes and his progress as a whole stalled during his loan spell. But our overall profile fits close with the longer term vision, looking for a valued domestic option with the upside. So if you look at his strengths there, he excels in high pressure shot stopping scenarios, has sharp reflexes, great positioning, and a strong ability to read 1v1s. So, and he's dominant when dealing with crosses and the high balls, times the leaps well, decisive when coming off his line, and claims a high percentage of aerial deliveries. He helps relieve the pressure of the defenders, especially during set pieces. He's comfortable with the ball at his feet, well suited to teams that build from the back. He shows composure in tight areas and plays short, accurate passes under pressure, which is a key requirement for keepers at high levels. Having been released by Huddersfield and worked outside of football before owning a professional contract, he developed a mature, focused mentality. He's shown steady improvement and resilience through challenging career stages. So that's a good indicator. He's rarely injured, has clocked 4 seasons with Lincoln down in League One and Swansea in the Championship. His durability and dependability are ideal for clubs needing a long-term number one. So those are the strengths that he's got. The weaknesses, however, Rushworth is untested in the Prem, even though we're down in the Championship now. That lack of experience in high-pressure top-level environments could deter clubs seeking an immediate first-choice solution. After excellent performances at Swansea, his subsequent loan to Hull hasn't yielded consistent starts, raising concerns about momentum and current trajectory. Although effective in ensure build-up play, Rushworth's long passing accuracy is inconsistent. His inability to initiate which play over distance is still a work in progress. So that's that's another one of my choices that I would go for, Carl Rushworth. The next one I've got down is Freddie Woodman, from who is a free agent after being released by Preston North End. A proven Premier League capable goalkeeper with modern technical qualities and an improved leadership. His development curve has been upward since leaving Newcastle permanently, and is now in an ideal phase of his career. Experienced, but with plenty of prime years left. He's a smart acquisition for a side wanting a stable forward keeper who still has room to grow. So it's good as shot stopping in 1v1s. Short and long range distribution is good. He's got mental resilience and maturity, because His fitness level is right at the top and is consistent, and ball has good ball control under pressure. The weaknesses, unfortunately, he has are not dominant in the air, not a sweeper keeper by default, which means he isn't the greatest playing out of the back, but and also is occasionally too. Um, so he's a free agent. He was on somewhere around 15 to 18 grand a week at Preston, and I think we should. I think the man we should pay should be around the same bracket, 16 to 20, somewhere around that, if we happen to get him or somewhat. Um, the next one I've got down. This is a rare one. Arthur Desmas. Um, Not sure if he's completely a free agent, but I put him down in the free agent side of it anyway. But what he's currently on estimately is around 13 grand a week. And I think we should be placing him around 10 to 12,000 a week or something like that. Um, so I'm not going to go through the major strengths and the weaknesses, but he's a tall, experienced goalkeeper with an excellent shot stopping, commanding presence, and strong distribution skills, which are ideal for teams wanting a structured defence and a reliable builder from the back. His leap from League Two to League One demonstrates competitiveness and adaptability. To improve further, he needs to regain you'll need to regain consistency and confidence in high pressure moments, improve decision making in aerial challenges and positioning, and enhance sweeper keeper skills to better manage off the line threats. With targeting coaching in these areas, he's capable of being a dependable League One or mid-tier European starter. So he's 6'4". He cleanly collects crosses and wins aerial challenges, contributing to clean sheets and a solid defence during set pieces. So looking at that, he could provide a decent backup option. So yeah, he's at the half at the moment. Not sure whether he's going to be given an extension to his contract or whether he'll just end up being a free agent. But that's something to keep an eye on. The next one, Tobias Lawal. He's at Lansk Linz and he's got 2 years left to run on his contract. His value is somewhere around just over 2 million to 3 million quid. And the estimate wages he's currently on are close to 18 grand. And I think we should offer him, if we're happy to be linked with it, should be around 12 to 14 grand. He's a physically imposing goalkeeper with notable strengths in aerial duels and reflex-based shot stopping. His distribution skills further enhance his profile, making him a modern keeper capable of playing out from the back. However, to elevate his game, the Wild needs to work on maintaining concentration throughout matches and assertively commanding his penalty box to reduce the number of goals conceded. So, however, you look at the weaknesses there. He's only kept one clean sheet. I think he only kept one this season. He tends to have a lapse in concentration, which leads to goals going in. His command of the penalty box is a little bit inconsistent. He has quick reflexes and a solid save percentage. So he's a good shot stopper, but he does tend to lack in concentration at times. So that's what we've done on the goalkeepers. Now moving on to centre halves. Now, I've got one of the clips to bring up for one of my next picks, and this is this man, Anselmo Garcia McNulty. And let's have a look. Let's see. Let's have a look here. Let's share this one. There you go. That is a video of Anselmo Garcia McNulty, of the scouting report of him. So I've kept the sound off so it doesn't mask everything there, but you can see his quality is there. There he is again in the yellow shirt. And there it is again. Look at that for a tackle. It's excellent, isn't it? And then this one, playing out from the back. This is it again. Look at the speed he gets back. Oh, this is excellent stuff. There he is. Gets the ball back. Takes the possession. Plays a long ball. Long ball, accurate pass. Yeah, I think that was him playing for Wolfsburg, I think. Look at that. Look at the accuracy of the long balls he plays. Just excellent. And there's another one. Played across. Oh, look at that for a tackle. These are really good clips. And there's the header that he scored. So yeah, that is my my scouting report there. So he's currently under contract PEC Swole until June 2026. So there's a year left on this contract there. The market value, well, the transfer fee we could realistically game for is around 750k, £1.5 million. He's currently on estimately £9.5 grand a week, and he could be gettable for with an 8,000 to 9,000 a week salary. So I think this is worth a gem. I think this is a great piece of business to get done. I feel I just like him, what he does, as you saw in the clip. Next one I've got is Niccolò Bartola. He's a classic Italian style defender with modern polish, left-footed, elderly strong, and tactically solid. At 22, not flashy, but dependable, and could grow into a championship level starting centre back and all become a low cost asset for Serie A or top tier Belgian Dutch clubs. If developed properly and given a consistent one, Bartola could become a regular in the second tier mid table top flight European teams. For clubs seeking a reliable structured left footed defender, left footed centre half with an untapped ceiling, he is a smart long term signing. So he's got a strong aerial presence, he's composed and disciplined on the ball, high defensive IQ with spatial awareness. He's left footed, which is valuable for balance, tactically versatile and coachable, and is mentally mature for his age, which is he's 22 currently. His weaknesses can be that he struggles with pacey transitions and not very fast over distance. He may lack experience outside Italy, but you can adapt. He's more of a safe, conservative passer, not a line breaker yet, and he's still growing into a leadership role. He's got a bit of a quiet personality about him. So the transfer fee could be, I say, he's somewhere around 700 grand, to 1.2 million pounds, and he's not on that much. He's at especially I think his current club is down in Serie B. He's on estimated somewhere near to £2,000 a week, and I think we could put him on a bigger salary, not by much, but 4 to 6 grand. So he's another centre back that I've got on my list. The next one, Etienne Yute Kinkue, is at Le Havre at the moment. He's under contract until June 2026. He's on, he's on 3,400 a week currently, estimate. Could be gettable on the 5 to 6 grand salary, and the transfer fee we could gain for is somewhere around, I'd say, 3 million to 5.5 million. So looking at that, anyways, he's a physically elite, defensively aggressive centre half, raw attributes to play at a high level, particularly in the championship or low end of League One. While his technical game is not yet polished and positional improvement is required, his aerial dominance and athletic profile give him a high defensive floor. For clubs seeking a cost-effective enforcer-style centre-back with room to grow, Kinkue is a worthy investment, especially with the resale potential once coached in a more structured tactical system. So he's got height, power, pace, strong tackler and aerial winner, very good recovery speed, competitive mentality and fearless defending, and has a high ceiling for defensive growth. His weaknesses can be that he tends to overcommit in duels at times, still raw when it comes to under pressure with the passing. Zone positioning could be improved, but I think this is a good bargain, I think, as well, personally. The next one I've got lined up, Vin van Bremen, under contract with FC Basel until June 2027. One of the 500,000 to 2.5 million. I think we could get him for. Estimately, he's on something like close to 3.5 grand a week. The wage salary we could get him on 6 to 7 grand. He's currently 22 years of age. Left-footed, ball-playing centre-back. Has a physical stature and technical attributes to step into the high-tier defensive unit. Has a combination of aerial dominance, progressive passing, and tactical bravery that makes him a rare profile, particularly valuable for teams that look to build from the back while controlling space in front of goal. Now, he did pick up an injury that could tell the part of his season at Basel the season just gone. He was a major contributor to their Swiss double and impressed in the Conference League action before his layoff. He's shown not only the raw tools, but also growing composure and maturity in pressure situations. So, he reads the game well and positions himself smartly. Calm under pressure, composed in the build-up play, and is a tall commanding presence in the air. And this can be effective in set-piece situations at both ends. And he's versatile, can operate in the back three or occasionally a left back. Shows maturity in defensive decision making for his age. He can lack accelerations and can be exposed by fast, agile attackers. Not yet a vocal commanding organizer of the back line yet. Yeah, there's a big one there. He recently underwent knee surgery as well. Let's not forget. But I've still got him amongst my list of targets I think we should get. Now the next one, the final one of my centre backs, Joachim Dawa. And I'll get a clip up about him. Let's see, where is he? And let the West do the talking with this one. In other words, to the talking. Look at that four-header. Gets the goal there. And another one. Look at the quickness there. Look at that. Gets back. Intercepts. And that one. This is it again. Gets back. Look at that. Look at this for a tackle. Fabulous. There's on the ball again. Good diagonal pass. Oh, this is great. That's his physical strength there. Just brilliant, isn't it? I know I've got my blazer on today, but I'm doing it because of this. This is the um, most important video, the most important stream, because I've been working so hard on this for my, I say for a week now, and I've got really good picks lined up that you'll see um, as the stream goes on. I've got to make sure I shorten this down a little bit and not go overboard because I've got a shopping delivery that's arriving in over an hour, so don't want to keep it for too long. So I'll probably go through the list anyway. I may still show a couple of videos, but I don't want to keep it going for an absolute age. Still going. This is a pretty good clip of this player, by the way, because there had been a small rumor or something like that we were linked with this player, and that's why I've got him down on this list, and you can see why. It's a very good centre half. Looking at it, very dependable. But it's just a question of can he make it to the English league? Can he really step it up? That's the key thing. Because we've seen players come in and that don't make the proper step up because of the intensity. So it's been interesting to see. So that's my scouting done there. Let's go back to this. So it's gettable at around 4 million quid and currently on around just over 6 grand over there. Down at FCSB, I think we could get him for sort of like 7 to 8 grand a week, something like that. So that's the centre backs done. I'll go through the full backs now. Here are the full backs coming up. This one, Caleb Wiley. Currently at Chelsea, he went on loan at Watford last season. Is a modern dynamic left fullback with a blend of attack and defence, ideal for systems that demand width and energy. His high ceiling thanks to athleticism, versatility, and strong mentality. Already on Chelsea's books and earning a USA national team recognition. So his continued development will depend on mastering positioning, sharpening defensive instincts, and maintaining fitness under European demands. Now, positional awareness will probably need to improve on this game. He's had history of knee and shoulder injuries. He's quick though, and he's athletic, and excels recovering ones and recovering wide territory. Can make explosive, energetic, overlapping runs with a vertical playing style. His work ethic and his aggression is intense, fearless in duels, never plays down until full time. So, play is equally as effective as the left back, a wing back in the back three system, or even a winger. So, He's someone to look at. I think the best deal we could get is a loan. Put him on 6 to 8 grand a week or something. Um, so that's that. Next one, Howie Amas for another potential loan we could do. It won't be permanent, but I'm looking at a loan. He's a left back with a top six Premier League potential, fast, fearless, technically advanced, and mentally tuned in. With smart development, either integrated gradually in Manchester United or loaned to a Championship or top half Eredivisie Bundesliga team, Amas could become a standout Premier League starter within 2 or 3 seasons. If matured correctly, it could follow a trajectory similar to Luke Shaw or Alejandro Balda, with more bite to his game than most of his age. Uh, so I think the loan deal, if we could get him, we could put him on 4 or 5 grand a week. Uh, so looking at that, he's well presented at youth level as well. I think he debuted on his 18th birthday in the Premier League and first started 4 weeks later. First started a few weeks later. Uh, so got him down. The next one I've got, Lucas Ulrich from Borussia Mönchengladbach. He's 2 years left on this contract. I think the transfer fee it could be got at is around 4.3 to 6.8 million pounds. He's roughly around on 6.5 to 7 grand a week, and I think he could be gettable on a salary of 8 to 10 grand a week. He's a modern left back with strong fitness, tactical awareness, leadership qualities, and attacking ability. He has shown impressive adaptability and resilience, especially during this breakout Bundesliga season. To elevate further, especially for the elite tier aspirations, he should add physical robustness and improve aerial competitiveness, improve positional awareness and discipline in defense and attack, increase offensive and end product, whether through assists or key passes, and gain more high-level match experience in European or international matches. So he's 5'9" as well. Not the most physically dominant left back in the world. Now, the next one I've got coming up, those are the left backs I've put down. This is now the right backs. Joaquin Garcia, who's at Vélez Sarsfield in Argentina. He's got 2 years, I think, left on his contract over there. So he's on near to 2 grand a week, and I think he could be gettable on a salary of 6 to 7.5 grand a week. He's a promising right back, known for his athleticism, stamina, and technical ability. Excels at delivering accurate crosses and shows good positioning and tackling. Versatile tactically, he can operate both as a fullback and a wing back. Areas for improvement include physical strength, decision making under pressure, and consistency throughout matches. Limited experience at the highest levels means he may need time to adapt if moving to a top European league. Overall, Garcia is a dynamic, balanced fullback with potential to develop into a reliable contributor for teams that value attacking width combined with defensive discipline. So, this is a once heck of a bargain. He's gettable, I'd say, for around near to 6 million to 7.7 million pounds, I'd say. Now, next up is Brian Reynolds at KVC Westerlo. He's got 2 years left to run on his contract. I think the transfer fee he could be got at is £4 to £5 million. And if you look at his salary, he's on 7.5 grand. We could offer him around roughly the same figure. His playing style is characterized by his dynamic runs and ability to link up the play. His preference for long balls and occasional shooting from distance adds unpredictability to his game. However, balancing his attacking instincts with defensive responsibilities remains crucial for his development. So it can be called too high on the wrong side, still learning timing from risk management. It can be prone to unforced errors at times. Um, so, yeah, he's still and learning a little bit, Brian Reynolds, I would say. Uh, the final one of the fullbacks, Elias Baum, however you pronounce it. He's got 3 years left on his contract at Frankfurt. I think the big transfer fee he could be got at is close to £2 to £3 million, somewhere around that. Uh, and the salary we could get him on is 7.5 to 9 grand. He's a mature, dependable right back with a strong developmental foundation. He may not profile as a flashy attack first model fullback, but his composure, reliability, and game intelligence make him a high upside asset. With coaching that focuses on adding risk taking and physical sharpness to the game, he has the potential to become a top level Bundesliga regular within a few seasons. Uh, and those are the strengths and the weaknesses that he's got there. Doesn't have the most explosive pace in the world, but if you look at those strengths and weaknesses there, they'll tell you what you need to know. Now, moving on, so I want to make sure this is over and done with in time. Central to defensive midfielders. This is the biggest one that I really like a lot. And that is Claudio Gomez. He is my favorite pick of the scouting. I'll put this video up about him, and this will explain why I've got him in. This is a short snip. Yeah, that's him there. There you go. He can finish. Good finish in the box. That's a good pass straight to him. Yeah, that was Gomez playing that pass. Again, he was playing that pass to set up the goal. So there you go. wasn't meant to do that. There you go, that's better. So he's gettable for 1 to 1.7 million quid. I think he's on 19 grand a week there. So I think we could get him for around 1 to 2 million quid. And he's worth, I think we could put him on worth around 14 to 16 grand a week, something like that. Disciplined, intelligent, and dependable defensive midfielder for Palermo. His ability to shield the back line, sustain pressure, and recycle possession are team assets. However, his lack of dynamic or progression creative threat means that he excels in structured systems, but may underwhelm in tactical setups demanding box-to-box dynamism or advanced distribution. I I think for me, I think he's still. I like him to be fair. I think he's pretty damn good. Um, Now moving on to Liam Lennon Miller, he's a good pick, I think. He's a poised, intelligent central midfielder, combining maturity there, maturity, technical finesse, and leadership beyond his years. His vision, passing range, and defensive timing make him a standout in Scotland, frequently captain Motherwell in major games. At the same time, he lacks bursts of pace and limited goal presence, which suggests he's better suited as a deep line playmaker rather than a dynamic box-to-box player. I'll move to Serie A or measured progression up to a top-flight league where his tactical and technical strengths are valued, may suit him best, provided playing time remains a priority. If you look at his strengths and his weaknesses there, I think he's gettable for 4 to 8 million quid. So, and you look at the salary we could put him on, 2.5 to 3.5. I think he's an absolute hidden gem in my eyes. Now, Khalil Fiad from Montpellier. He's a technically gifted, intelligent midfield pivot who excels in possession, game reading, and tempo control. His positional versatility adds depth to Montpellier's midfield options. However, his lack of physical dominance, low direct attacking output, and conservative passing style limit his impact in more dynamic or high-intensity systems. I think he's gettable around 5 to million to 7.6 mil, and on a decent low salary, as you can see. Pierre Ekwa down at Sunderland. I think his value is around 5 to 6 mil. Got 2 years left to run down on his contract. He's a technically gifted box-to-box midfield player with exceptional ball control, versatile passing, strong physical presence, and leadership qualities. He shines in ball retention and progressive distribution, often initiating attacks with composure and forward vision. However, he is still refining the physical intensity and defensive sharpness needed consistently at championship level, even though obviously some of them now gone up to the Premier League, obviously. His occasional lapses in aggression, concentration, and aerial dominance suggest further development is required to become a fully reliable midfield presence. Let's have a quick one down on these. Now, Musa Baraji, I know Manny's been talking about this. He talked about this yesterday when I was listening to the scouting report Blue TT Glasses did last night. Musa Baraji is a robust, energetic box-to-box player in midfield with strong ball retention, progressive passing, and the physical capacity to support both ends of the pitch. He's already contributing goals and playing with purpose. However, he is still finding his rhythm in top-tier football. His creative passing and influencing jaws can improve, and consistent minutes will be key to unlocking his full potential. He's a really, really, you look at the price, is one heck of a bargain. 170 grand to £250,000. So I think it's definitely worth a bargain. Looking at that. Now moving on to left wingers. Now the first one got down is Bristol City's Anis Mehmeti. Anis Mehmeti. He's worth around 8 to 10 million quid, I think, and is roughly around 7 to 8.5 grand a week, I'd say. So, Anis Mehmeti is an electric winger with raw attacking talent, capable of shifting games through individual moments and clinical finishing. His mental resilience and work ethic further enhance his promise. However, greater consistency in decision-making, ball retention, and creative contributions is needed to elevate his game beyond flashes of brilliance to dependable performance. So, I think this is one heck of a coup. One heck of a pick. Abdoulaye Mane, who's under contract at Malmesbury until June 2026. Again, one heck of a bargain. 255k to 425k. He's a high-energy forward with raw physicality, real pace, and the killer instinct in the final third. He bursts past defenders, scores decisively, and thrives under pressure. To reach higher levels, such as the top Scandinavian clubs or move to the Championship, he'll need to further develop his footballing intelligence, consistency, and tactical flexibility there. Now, Thiago Moret, down the Lille, is a technically gifted agile winger with good ball control, passing ability, and positional flexibility. His attacking instinct and dribbling make him a threat in transition. However, he is still adapting to the physical and tactical demands of senior top-flight football. He needs to develop end product, consistency, and stronger decision-making under pressure to fulfill his potential at a higher level. Those are the strengths and his weaknesses there. I think he's worth around 5.5 to 7 grand we could put him on. And I think he's worth 2.6 to 3.4 million pounds, I think. Let's have a look. Thiago Fernandez. He is a high singing attacking talent, combining eye-catching dribbling, final third creativity, and technical maturity. His ability to influence transitions makes him a dangerous option off the wing. However, defensive contribution, physical robustness, and consistency need development, especially to thrive in European systems. He's 21, very much a project player, high upside, but requires tactical awareness. I think definitely worth a bargain. I'd say 7 to 8.5 million pounds. And we could put him on a decent salary. 4.5 to 5 grand a week. Now, Tiano Ballo. He's a dynamic, intelligent attacker with versatility in multiple offensive roles, strong dribbling, pressing ability, and a reliable goal threat. His game thrives on the movement, speed, and tactical awareness. However, to step up further, he will need to improve his physical robustness, expand his passing, and deliver consistency at higher levels of competition. So, 500k to 1.7, I think, is worth gettable for, with 2 years left on his contract at his current club. Now, moving on to right wingers. So I'm just strolling on to these very quickly, so I can get these done in time. Dan Watts, at FC20, with 2 years left to run on his contract. He's a high-energy, creative inverted winger, combining dribbling, vision, and work rate. He thrives in transition, pressing systems, and moments requiring composure on the big stage. To further develop, he needs to sharpen the finishing, strengthen decision-making consistency, and add physical robustness and crossing quality to his game. So I think his fee is somewhere around 4.3 minimum to maximum of 8.5. And I think he should be on. I think if we could get him, we could put him on 5 to 6.5 grand a week. Uh, Now, Pontus Alkvist. He's a dynamic, high-energy winger, bringing tenacity, smart movement, and shooting confidence. His ability to destabilize defenses and contribute decisively as a sub makes him valuable, especially in teams demanding high defensive role away from wide players. However, limitations in passing creativity with tension under duress and direct assists or goal output suggest he currently blends industriousness with modest end product. With focused development in progressive distribution and chance conversion, he could evolve into a more complete wide threat. He's got 2 years left on his contract down at Parma, worth around just over 2.5 to 4.3 mil. I think its salary could be gettable on 10 to 13 grand a week, I'd say. There's the strengths and his weaknesses there. Maya Caruso. Look at the bargain. He's a high potential forward with a sharp blend of speed, technique, physical presence, and finishing instincts. Shows maturity and commitment, quickly moving from youth level to senior football. However, he's still early in his career, requiring consistent senior minutes and product with regularity and tactical finesse to reach top level promise. I think this is definitely worth a bargain. Obviously, he is on the development curve, but I think this is worth a snip at his price. Melian Manuev down at Stoke. 2 years left on his contract there. He's a dynamic and promising winger with a strong attacking presence, while he has areas to improve, particularly in passing and defensive work. His potential is evident. With continued development, he could become a significant asset and a valuable player in the championship. So he's currently worth around 10 million quid, I think. Will I take him? Maybe not, but because of the price. But I think his salary is very, very decent. Now moving on, Joseph Waxaki. He's an electric high upside winger with elite dribbling ability, finishing prowess, and a proactive work rate. His impact on loan highlights his growth at senior level. Areas for improvement include physical resilience, defensive consistency, and decision making to become a complete modern wide player. Now, I think this is worth getting on a loan deal, 4 to 5.5 grand a week, I'd say, from Palace. There's the strengths and his weaknesses there. Now, attacking midfielders. Jacob Braham now. He's a dynamic and versatile attacking player who has made significant strides in the Eredivisie. Ability to operate across various offensive positions combined with his goal scoring and playmaking capabilities makes him a valuable asset. However, to elevate his game further, focusing on improving his crossing, aerial duels, and defensive contributions will be crucial. With continued development, Boehm has the potential to become a key player in European football. There's his strengths and his weaknesses there. And it is gettable, I say, for 5 to 6 mil with 2 years left to run on his contract there. Dominic Fates. He's worth £6 to £3 million with a year left on his contract over there down at Austrian Vienna. Rapid Vienna, something like that. Austrian Wien. wherever it is. Technically skilled, intelligent attacking midfielder, and a creative fulcrum down for crisp passing, goal contribution, and set piece proficiency. His energy, dual participation, and consistent form position him amongst Austria's most influential midfielders. To transition to high tier leagues needs better physical resilience and defensive consistency, along with refined decision making under pressure. Diego Rossi now. He is a dynamic, multifaceted attacker with elite finishing, dribbling, creative passing, and relentless off-the-ball movement. He thrives in transition football and transitions seamlessly between central and wide roles, earning praises from coaches and fans alike. However, to reach the next level, must improve physical strength, ball security under pressure, aerial impact, and final third decision making. With targeted development in these areas can grow from an impactful MLS forward into a well-rounded attacking leader. So he is a very expensive one in terms of salary. I think the best you could get is a loan deal, or 25 to 30 grand a week, I think. Just need to accelerate through these. Now, Wingo Meerveld is a creative, technically strong midfielder, master of dribbling, passing, and shooting from distance. His high work rate, stamina, and mature presence earn coach praise. However, he tends to avoid physical challenges, struggles in duels, and needs to tighten ball control under pressure. His game leans towards finesse rather than physical penetration. So he's under contract with them until June of next year. Gettable at 2.6 to 3 mil. So under a low salary. And there's his strengths and his weaknesses there. Luciano Valente. He's a technically adept, creative midfielder with strong passing, dribbling, and stamina. His height and versatility allow him to thrive centrally or off the wing. Groningen relies on him heavily for building play and progressing the ball. To elevate to a higher competitive tier, needs to increase goal contributions, sharpen the ball retention under pressure, and enhance dueling effectiveness, especially in physical and aerial scenarios. I think he's gettable at £5 to £8.5 million, and he's got 3 years left on his contract over FC Groningen. Only scored 2 goals in 24 Eredivisie games, though, so Empoli may need to improve, I think. Now, final one to strikers now. This is my main pick, Richard Kone from Wickham. They value him at around £7 to £8 million, and I think we could put him on a very good salary. He's a powerful, efficient striker with natural instincts for goal, off the bench impact, and a compelling story. He excels in finishing, pressing, and absorbing his role in attacking tactics. To develop further, he needs to improve dribbling and ball retention to generate more individual opportunities, strengthen physical duels, particularly in the air, and hold up situations, improve offside judgment and tactical positioning for consistent and solid impact. His current form places him amongst the most exciting goal scorers in League One. He is the man we should be getting, I think, as a body replacement, I feel. I think he's worth going for. If you look at it, it's not on the most salary of Wickham. So I think this is worth taking a punt, worth going for. Now, Chida Obe. He is a powerful, clinical young striker with remarkable scoring instincts, athleticism, and evolving technical attributes. His early debut and love of goal suggest high potential, particularly as a poacher and hold-up option. However, to succeed, he must build experience against physical pros, cultivate mental discipline and tactical awareness, and translate youth dominance into senior level consistency. I think this is worth doing on a loan deal for 15 to 20 grand a week. I'd say, from Manchester United, I think. Um, yeah, I think this is doable, I think. The next one, which I think this is unlikely, I think, because of the cost and the contract that he's just recently signed. Franquillo Duju is a dynamic, intelligent forward with strong instincts in movement and space, a high shot volume with accuracy, effective link-up play, and an impressive transition game backed by athleticism and pressing ability. He's already proving himself in European settings and domestic competitions. To advance further, especially to top-tier European leagues, it should enhance physical contest resilience, particularly in aerial and hold-up duels, improve dribbling precision under tight marking, work on calmness in pressure finishes, and increase tactical discipline in transition recovery. Now, we could put him on a decent salary, 10 to 12 grand a week. However, the price may be a bit steep. And a few months ago, he signed a new contract. So I think this is most unlikely, I think. But there's the strengths and his weaknesses there. Now, the last two, before the end, Visnik Aslani. He's under contract at Hoffenheim with a year left. Gettable around 2.5 to 3.4 million pounds. Visnik Aslani blends traditional number 9 traits, strong finishing, physical presence, and positional intelligence, with their technical ability and goal creation. His standout 24-25 loan at Elversberg, 12 goals, 5 assists in 21 games, proves his ability to flourish when given responsibility. To transition into a consistent Bundesliga striker, he must improve hold-up play and ball retention, increase defensive contribution, pressing and sustain performance levels through tougher competitions. There's his strengths and his weaknesses there. 6'2" as well. Well, putting on a decent salary, 7 to 9 grand a week, I'd say. Now, the final one of this scouting reports is this man, Adriano Bertassini. He's under contract with Zenit Udinese VV, the Belgian club, 2 years after one there. And I think the transfer fee is somewhere around close to 2.6 million pounds. And the salary we could put him on is 8 to 10 grand a week, as he's not under that much at his current club. He's a dynamic, pacey striker with a striker posture profile. He's talented at dribbling, intelligent off the ball movement, and combining in midfield. His finishing instincts and goal tally reflect elite potential in Belgium's top tier. To progress to stronger leagues, he must enhance physicality and dual strength, improve timing and offside discipline, boost the finishing efficiency, inside chances, and increase defensive work rate and involvement. Scored 21 goals in 33 games. So those are the strengths and his weaknesses over there. So looking at that, these are not bad picks that I've come up with. I'll probably put up one more video before I close. Let's see. I'll end it with a striker one. There you go. Those are some players he could be like. Let's have a look here. There it is. Look at that. Like what he does. He's got physical prowess. And he can finish. And there's another one. See, the finishing's good there. Oh, that was close. And like a pro should pounces that one in. I won't progress this for too long. I'll just look at a couple of clips there. Oh, look at that for a chip. That's excellent. Look at that. It's magnificent. There he is again. Let's bring it towards the end of this one. I'll move it towards the end. I just like the look of him. I really do. I think this is one heck of a pick. Oh, look at that. Look at the bend on this shot. Look at that. See you later. Oh, this is good. There it is there. Yeah, it's nearing the end now. Just brilliant. When you look at this caliber of a player, it's excellent. So there you have it. So that is it for my version of the scouting reports. I know I've accelerated through a little bit quicker than usual. Wish I could have gone on a little bit longer, but the reason why I had to do that was because um, I've got a shopping delivery that's going to be arriving um, at any moment. So I could have done this for a little bit longer, but I had to accelerate through because otherwise I'll end up missing it, and I don't want that, or else I'll get into trouble. So I had to accelerate through this, but I find that this is a great piece of scouting reports I've done and great picks that I've gone for every position. Um, but anyways, I hope you enjoyed the stream that I've done. I got this blazer one because I mean business. So, anyways, thank you for listening. Take a watch and let me know whether you like them or you don't. Whether you agree on those players that you may like, or whether you don't agree with. Feel free to discuss on the chat. It's absolutely fine. Message me and I'll reply back. So until then, catch you in a bit. Speak to you soon.